ship at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 5/28. Visit staplesconnect.com/services/shipping for details.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
It's the time of year to come to NC Tractor for the selection of Massey Ferguson tractors and Bobcat zero-turn mowers. NC Tractor gives fantastic customer service, the best discounts possible, and it's a locally owned business. NC Tractor on Railroad Avenue is helping to make outdoor work more enjoyable. Shouldn't you have something that you can be proud of for a long time? Massey Ferguson and Bobcat zero-turn mowers. Come look them over. 299 Railroad Avenue, Rutherford. That phone number is 288-0395.
5 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Tuesday morning, May the 17th. Hope you're having a great Tuesday morning so far. Weather forecast for today looks absolutely beautiful outside. Sunny with highs around 83 degrees, northwest winds. That's hard to say, northwest winds. 5 miles per hour, gusting to about 10 miles per hour. It means we're going to have a nice little breeze blowing today. Mostly clear overnight tonight, lows around 61 degrees, and much of the same for Wednesday. Mostly sunny, highs around 88 degrees, winds about 6 miles per hour, gusting to 14. And overnight on Wednesday, mostly clear, lows around 66 degrees. Currently outside the studios here on Whitesides Road, I do see the sun coming through the clouds. It's beautiful, clear skies, 54 degrees. It's time now for the Tuesday edition of the obituaries, being brought to you by McMahon's Funeral Home and Cremation Services. Roy Steve Husky, age 70, of Grover Scruggs Road, Mooresboro, passed away Monday, May the 9th, at the Charles George VA Center in Asheville. A native of Cleveland County, served in the U.S. Marine Corps, was a veteran of the Vietnam War, was a pilot during the war, flew Huey and Cobra helicopters. Later he worked on offshore oil rigs, was an oil platform operator for several years, was a member of the Chase Baptist Church. Survived by his son Brian Husky and wife Jen, daughter Stephanie Dobbins, brother Charles Michael Husky and wife Nancy, also survived by his grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Graveside services will be held today at 3:30 at the Rutherford County Memorial Cemetery. Military honors will be accorded by the Rutherford County Honor Guard. Harrelson's Funeral Home and Cremation Services in charge of the arrangements for Roy Steve Husky. Robert L. Chip Wilkins, Jr., age 69, passed away Monday, May the 9th. After graduating high school in 1970, Bob joined the Georgia National Guard and began his career in Christian radio, selling airtime and learning all he could about radio station management. He enrolled in Fruitland Bible College, where he earned a bachelor's degree. Bob founded Wilkins Radio Network in 1989, committed to spreading the gospel through radio, growing to a network of 40 Christian teaching talk stations. For 18 years, Bob answered God's call to provide for Raju's orphanage in India. He is survived by his wife, Lou Ann Wilkins, his 3 sons, Jared and wife, Kathy, 2 grandsons, Jacob and wife, Lauren, and 1 granddaughter, 3 grandsons, and Britton Wilkins. Bob is also survived by 2 brothers, Jack Wilkins and wife, Connie, Tiger Elton and his wife, Dana, 3 sisters, Cindy Thompson, Kim Thomas and her husband, Darrell, Pam Radford, many nephews, great-nephews, nieces, and great-nieces. The family will be receiving friends from 2 until 3 p.m. today at the Crows Mortuary and Chapel. Services will be held following the visitation in the chapel. Burial will follow at the Cool Springs Baptist Church Cemetery. For Robert Crows Mortuary, crematory services in charge of the arrangements for Robert Bob Wilkins, Jr. Gladys Lucille Bradley passed away May the 12th after a short battle with cancer, survived by her 5 children, Etta Lancaster and husband David, Mary Green and husband Steve, Gladys Dixon and husband Randy, Michael Bradley and wife Bridget, and Charlie Bradley and wife Lisa, also survived by her grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Funeral services will be held 11 a.m. today at the Crows Mortuary. with burial to follow at the Eternal Hills Memorial Park. Crow's mortuary and crematory services serving the family of Gladys Lucille Bradley. Gerald Leroy Kirsten, age 72, of Medford, Oregon, passed away Thursday, May the 12th. He's survived by Carol Sparks, his life partner, and daughters Leslie Kirsten and Renee Kirsten. Many relatives and friends. No local services are planned. McMahon's Funeral Home and Cremation Services in charge of the arrangements for Gerald Leroy Kirsten. Nancy Childers, age 72, of Forest City, passed away Friday, May 13th at the Cedar Creek Assisted Living in Forest City. A native of Rutherford County, was a graduate of East Rutherford High School, class of 1968, worked in textiles for many years and later as a CNA for Autumn Care, was a longtime member of the Moose Lodge number 2422, where she served in many leadership roles. Survived by her daughter Shannon Childers, granddaughter, nieces, great-nephews, and great-niece. Funeral services will be held Friday, 6 p.m. at the Harrelson Funeral Chapel. The family will be receiving friends 1 hour prior to the service time at the funeral home. Harrelson's Funeral Home and Cremation Services in charge of the arrangements for Nancy Childers. 11 minutes after 7 o'clock, that's all the obituaries we have at this time. We'll get started with the afternoon. I keep saying that. Nope, the morning call-around report. And our first stop will be Rutherford County Sheriff's Department. And we'll be speaking with Sheriff Chris Francis this morning after you hear these words from Reverend Lee Coyle.
Good morning. I'm Pastor Lee Coyle. Welcome to Coffee for the Soul, a brief moment of devotion designed to jumpstart your service to Christ today. A freshly brewed cup of coffee and a fresh challenge from God's Word is a great way to start the day. The renowned British evangelist G. Campbell Morgan was known for inviting people to Christ by saying, "Give God your life. He can do more with it than you can. Give God your life. He can do more with it than you can." The inspired writer of Proverbs put it this way in Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He'll make straight your paths. The Lord Jesus put it this way in John 3:16. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Because God so loves you and me, He wants the very best for us. The very best is knowing God in Christ as Savior and Lord. It is when we trust Him with our all that we know and enjoy fullness of life. Today is a new day, a new opportunity to do it right, to give God your life. If you've never come to Christ, truly sorry for all the sin and wrong in your life, and by faith placed your life in His hands, will you do that right now? He will receive you, forgive your sins, and change your life. If you do know the Lord, will you give Him your life anew today? Will you trust in the Lord today with all your heart and obey Him no matter what? Will you live for Him at work, with your colleagues, at home with your family, and in the marketplace with your neighbors? Give God your life. He really can do more with it than you can. Now, that's Coffee for the Soul.
Reverend Lee Coyle right there with Coffee for the Soul. I know it's heard at usually a different time, but we're going to squeeze it in this morning until we can figure out. Still got our Phantom all messed up this morning, and you know how that goes. When one computer goes down, it seems like it causes problems throughout the entire station, and it has here indeed. Our first stop this morning is the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department. With us on the phone this morning is Sheriff Chris Francis. Sheriff, good morning, sir. How are you?
I am doing well, Todd. I hope you are.
Yeah, we switched up things around here. We upgraded the first call, then we downgraded the second call. So, you know.
Sounds rough.
Yeah. Well, Tracy's a little bit better looking than I am. You could even agree to that, Sheriff.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut. She's a sweet lady, though.
Sheriff, what do you have on the report for us this morning?
In the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 153 calls to service. There's 18 arrests and processed to county jail, Currently incarcerated, we have 178. Those arrested by the Sheriff's Office: Stephen Paul Wooten, 27-year-old male of Rutherford, was charged with failure to appear and received a $500 secure bond. Roger Deshaun Edgerton, 29-year-old male of Rutherford, was charged with failure to appear and received a $500 secure bond. Dwight Lee Towery, 67-year-old male of Boston, was charged with failure to appear and also received a $500 bond. Jerry Nathaniel Alexson, 40-year-old bond. Jaharn Danita Bristol, 25-year-old male of Ellenboro, was charged with failure to appear and received a $500 bond. Kenneth Scott Merck, a 49-year-old male of Ellenboro, was charged with 3 counts of failure to appear and received $500 secure bond. Jacob Kane Robbins, 20-year-old male of Mooresboro, was charged on a true bill for assault with a deadly weapon, inflicting serious injury, aiding and abetting that crime, and received a $200,000 secure bond. Ruben Carlitos Mauricio Lopez Jr., 22-year-old male, was charged with trafficking cocaine, received a $100,000 secure bond. Billy Joe Irvin, 62-year-old male of Forest City, was charged with breaking and entering and trespassing, received a custody release. Curly Jim Dyer, 41-year-old male of Forest City, was charged with 2 counts of habitual felon, received a $20,000 unsecured bond. Maria Ann Whitesides, 38-year-old female of Rutherford, was charged with 3 counts of failure to appear and received a $7,000 secured bond. Nathaniel Terrell Whitesides, 37-year-old male of Rutherford, was charged with failure to appear and received a $500 unsecured bond. Shaylin Renee Lauder, 39-year-old female of Boston, was charged with 2 counts of failure to appear, received a $10,000 secure bond. Among our incidents, we had a B&E to a church, Race Path Church Road. It was Race Path Church there in Mooresboro. Looks like someone broke in and tried to steal a speaker, had moved it close, but was not able to take it. Also seized was a screwdriver, and unsure if there's any other items missing at this time. We had a larceny on Chase High Road, Chase Corner Ministries. There was 2 lanterns faded at $10 that were taken. And we had a breaking in and trespass on Hudlow Road, Forest City, where Billy Joe Irvin was taken into custody and arrested there. And that's what we have today, Todd.
Sheriff, I appreciate that. I'd like to also point out that if any of the folks out there who are tech savvy like me that do not have the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office app, that is a free app and it keeps you updated with, it seems like every time the lightning struck yesterday, I was getting a weather statement from there. So that is a great app to take advantage of.
Todd, I appreciate you mentioning that. We get information out quickly on with that device, not only weather alerts, but also if there's other serious things going on in the county, if there's been any large arrests that are made, if there's anybody that's wanted, we try to get that information out. And like you said, it is a free app, and also updates all those that have been arrested with their pictures and their charge on a regular basis. So it is a good app to keep up with what's going on in the county. So I appreciate you mentioning that, Todd.
No problem, Sheriff. Hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you again on Thursday.
Thank you, and bye-bye.
Thanks. Sheriff Chris Francis with the report from the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office. We're moving to 911 communications after this.
Let me introduce you to Brock Family Care, a direct primary care practice that takes care of the patients and not the insurance company. Providing flat rate pricing and not accepting any forms of health insurance allows for more personalized and affordable health care. Ann Brock has over 42 years of health care experience and 22 years as a nurse practitioner. She and her staff are dedicated to providing health care that is patient-centered and not insurance company dictated. They give the patient the time and the attention they need. What are your medical needs? Bring them to Brock Family Care and see the difference. And also offers telehealth appointments. The professional staff are dedicated and will take the time to find out how they can help you. To learn more about this wonderful medical service, go to the website at www.brockfamilycare.com. That's Brock Family Care, 289 Shallow Road, Forest City.
It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide a daycare service for an aging parent or a loved one. You can always depend on Rutherford Life Services for a safe facility that offers medical monitoring, nutritional meals, fun activities, and is a loving environment. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. They will be glad to answer any questions you may have. Call them at 288-1697. Rutherford Life Services offers a trained staff of professionals who you can entrust trust your loved one to. Rutherford Life Services is located at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale.
Going next to the 911 Communications Center in 20 minutes after 7 o'clock with us this morning is Jesse. Jesse, good morning. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing wonderful. What's on the report for us this morning?
In the past 24 hours, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications has processed 514 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 74 for EMS. Under the law enforcement, we had 153 for the Sheriff's Office, 102 for Forest City, 6 for Lake Lure, 47 for Rutherford, and 35 for Spindale. For the fire department, Bostic had a gas leak, Hudlow, Rutherford, and Sunny Mush had a motor vehicle accident, and SDO had a fire investigation, and that is all.
Jesse, we appreciate that report and have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks, bye-bye. Jesse with that report from the 911 Communications Center. Letting us know what's happening in the world of communication. We'll check in with Ruby Taylor and SDO Fire District next.
Jesse James Railroad Express has added 2 new sandwiches to their menu. Try the all-new crispy chicken sandwich with lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise, or the crispy deluxe with lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, bacon, and cheese. Enjoy a refreshing milkshake or a hand-dipped ice cream cone. Open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. Closed Wednesday and Sunday. Jesse James Railroad Express, 531 Railroad Avenue in Rutherford. Call 828-447-4644. Mondays only. Hot dog with mustard, chili, and onions for only $1.24 each. All aboard the Jesse James Railroad Express.
Congratulations to Jesse James Railroad Express, voted 2021 Best of Rutherford County hot dogs and hamburgers 5 years in a row.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
And our next stop is the SDO Fire District, and Ruby Taylor with us this morning. Ruby, good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
What do you have for us this morning, Ruby?
Fire department had a fire investigation. I have one birthday, and that's Bobby Key. Hope he has a nice day. Signs are in the thighs today and going to the knees tomorrow, and that's all I've got.
Ruby, thanks so much for that report. Have a good day.
You too.
Thanks. Bye-bye. That's Ruby Taylor with that report from the SDO Fire District. Don't forget, Election Day is today. Go out to your favorite precinct. No, you can't go to your favorite. You have to go to your assigned one. Ain't that right? Because I would just I don't know. My favorite one would still be Bostic, so I'm still stuck there. So, yeah, you can't go to your favorite district. You have to go to the one you're assigned to vote today. Of course, we will be having live election coverage coming up this evening starting at 7:30. The WCAB crew will be in. We've got Raphael Pagan. No, that's not his real name. Raphael Pagan. See, that's Raphael. He's always a great service to us here at WCAB. He's going to be providing I think he's got us a laptop, Tracy. I think he's got us a new laptop we're going to be using for our streaming computer. I think he said that. And so that's a great upgrade for us here. He's also going to be providing the audio and video for all in the live streaming for tonight's election coverage. So a big thank you going out to Raphael Pagan for providing that service. Maybe he'll bring his little mini tech along with him, the little kid that looks just like him. So we're looking forward to that election coverage this evening beginning at 7:30 right here at WCAB.
Thinking about the departure of a loved one through death is a subject we don't like to talk about. However, pre-planning or prepaying for a funeral is a consideration and responsible thing to do. With so many options available today, it's important to speak with someone you can trust and someone who can help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved ones. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory is recognized as one of the best family-run funeral homes. It's a family tradition tradition, and they know how to care for your family. Any questions you might have, they will be happy to answer. Call Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services at 286-2304.
7:24 on this Tuesday morning. If I don't hit that little button right there that lights up green, if I don't hit that, you're never going to be able to hear me. I'll just sit here and talk to myself. I have been known to do that before because, as you all know, when I speak to myself, I provide myself with the best advice I've ever had. Going next to Fairfield and Gary Wilson. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I do too, but I don't listen to it all the time.
Sometimes I don't even listen to my own self. I was going through the house yesterday, and my wife was just talking, and I was like, honey, what? She said, oh, I'm just talking to myself. And I'm like, okay.
That's okay, as long as you don't start answering yourself, and then we might have a problem.
That's right.
Well, everything's pretty quiet up here right now this morning. Bill's Creek had a medical call about 6 o'clock this morning. They're cleared it a while ago. We've had no calls overnight, and sitting about 53 degrees this morning. Nice, cool start. And humidity's been staying down, and that's going to change, that sounds like. We're going to get into some summertime weather here in the next few days, but it is almost summertime, so I guess that's what we should expect.
That's right, just a little bit longer. When does it officially change? June the 21st, is that right?
Something like that, yeah, around the 20th, 21st of June. It officially becomes summertime, but we're going to feel like it about tomorrow, starting tomorrow for about 2 or 3 days, but that's okay. I'd rather have that than 20 degrees anytime.
That's right.
And get them vegetables growing in the garden and have some good eating here pretty soon. And everything else is going pretty good up here. Ain't got nothing else to report. Everything's pretty quiet up here in the hills this morning. We'll try to keep it that way today.
All right, Gary, we'll talk to you again on tomorrow.
Okay.
Thanks, Gary. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Gary Wilson with that report from the Fairfield Fire District, letting us know what's happening up in the upper part of the county, up around Lake Lure, Fairfield, Bills Creek, up in that area. Braves came up losers last night. Milwaukee beat them 1-0. They do have game 2 tonight, but like I said before, we're going to have the election coverage. Braves will be back in action tomorrow afternoon, 11:55 airtime for that. That'll be game 3 of the series versus the Brewers. Braves and Brewers coming up tomorrow afternoon.
Thinking about the departure of a loved one through death is a subject we don't like to talk about. However, pre-planning or prepaying for a funeral is a consideration and responsible thing to do. With so many options available today, it's important to speak with someone you can trust and someone who can help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved ones. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory is recognized as one of the best family-run funeral homes. It's a family tradition, and they know how to care for your family. Any questions you might have, they will be happy to answer. Call Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services at 286-2304.
Yeah, we're going next to our Bostic reporter, DeVern Upton, on standby this morning. DeVern, good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I am doing wonderful. I'm doing a lot better than I was yesterday. I'm getting into the flow of things a little better this morning.
They just moved you on up, didn't they?
Yeah, yesterday was, I was struggling pretty good yesterday, but today I've sort of developed a flow.
Oh, that's good, Okay, over here in Bostic this morning, it's 59 degrees. Fire department responded to a gas leak. Also, they responded to a medical call. There's a yard sale Saturday at Bethel Baptist Church located up from Kentucky Fried Chicken from 8 to 2. Proceeds are for the ladies' projects. Remember all our graduations that's coming up, the ones that's graduating. Stop in at the Bee Supply Store there on Depot Street in Boston. Check them out. And our blessed box is located beside of it, and leave a blessing or take one. Hope everyone has a wonderful day.
Oh, my gosh, you had to mention graduation again.
Is your son graduating?
I do have a son that's graduating. He got his cap and gown the other day, and boy, it just seems like the other day he was just a little kid.
Little topper, yeah. I remember him. Yes.
Oh,
yeah, I've got a grandson graduating.
Really? Who's he?
Hunter Kennedy.
Oh yeah, I think does he go to East as well?
Yes.
I think Kenyon has mentioned Hunter. Yeah, I think he has.
Yeah, he's in the Boston Fire Department.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, DeVern, have a good morning.
Okay,
Great afternoon.
Same to you.
We'll talk to you later.
Same to you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. DeVern Upton with that report from the Bostic Fire District, letting us know what's happening in the little town of Bostic. We'll move to the Sunshine, Cherry Mountain Fire District, and Sue Price next.
Cheryl, have you been to the Homeworks Design Center inside Henson Building Materials in Forest City?
Oh, yes. Shana, David, and William are incredible at designing kitchen and bath cabinetry for my new she shed.
Your what?
And they have a full line of windows and doors on display in their 5,000 square foot showroom. And they'll install any ones you pick out for me.
Oh, you're too good to me.
I know. With selling and installing, it's basically one-stop shopping.
Henson Building Materials, 177 Duke Street, Forest City.
Building starts here.
You know, per my Saturday morning ritual here at WCAB, I usually follow DeVern Upton on Saturday mornings with Sue Price. But see, this is not Saturday. So instead, we will actually be going to the Bob Hodge over in the Mount Vernon Fire District instead of Sue Price. We'll go to Bob Hodge. Bob, good morning, sir. How are you?
Oh, we're doing just fine up here on this Tuesday morning.
Bob, I was trying my best just to skip right over you, but Tracy wouldn't let me.
Well, now, I'll have to really praise her for that now. She can't let you skip over me now.
I'm used to going to a different person on Saturday, and that just ingrained in my head for some reason.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm glad you got to talk to me this morning there.
That's right. Bob, what's going on over that way?
Well, things going along pretty good up here. That sun's up bright. Looks like it's going to be another warm day. With our fire department over here, we answered one called a tree down, blocking one lane of traffic on 64. And then we had a vehicle accident call, Whiteside Road and Freeman Road. And other than that, it's been quiet with the fire department. And everything else is going along good up here so far, Todd. And you have a good day now.
All right, Bob, we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Bob Hodge with that report from the Mount Vernon Fire District. You can catch Bob in the afternoons in our afternoon report coming up this afternoon with Kevin Pleasant. Bob will be on there live with Kevin again this afternoon in case you missed the report this morning. We're going to Sue Price now over in the Sunshine Cherry Mountain Fire District after you hear these words.
Are you looking to start a business? From side hustles to major business opportunity? Franchise 123 connects franchise buyers with sellers. And we have over 4,000 franchises for you to choose from. In one simple 30-second call, our live agents will sign you up to the platform. This is not a hard sales call either. We give you free access to our database. Yes, free access. No cost. We are the largest online franchise database in the world. You can find 95% of all businesses. Buying a franchise doesn't have to be complicated. We make it easy. And right now, some have no startup fees. You can turn your special skill into a franchise business or go full scale with all the top franchise businesses in the world. Sign up with Franchise 123 now and get your free guide to franchise success now. Call 800-419-5344, 800-419-5344, or text Franchise 123 to 63566. Text Franchise 123 to 63566.
As promised, the Sunshine Cherry Mountain Fire District reporter Sue Price is with us. Sue, I was trying to put you right ahead of Bob this morning. Didn't mean to do that.
Well, that's all right.
So what's going on over in that area this morning?
I reckon it's quiet over this way. I hadn't heard anything going on, so that's a good thing. I've got on the First Proudest calendar an anniversary for John and Leanne Sanders, so I hope they'll have a good day on their anniversary. And let's see, Fairview has birthdays for Eric King and Anna Blackwell, so hope they'll both have a good day. And I don't have anything on my calendar or my church calendar or my personal calendar, so not too many celebrating that I know of, but we hope anybody's having a birthday or anniversary will have a real good day on their special day and enjoy it. And in my announcements, the Golden Valley Church will be having their memorial service May 22nd, starting at 10:30, and their guest music person will be Jackson Smith, and they will have a picnic lunch to follow the service. So, looking for a good day up at Golden Valley Church on May 22nd. And also on May 22nd, the Piney Mountain Boys will be singing at the Dungens Creek Church during the worship service. And on June the 5th, Sunshine Church will be having their memorial service starting at 11 a.m. They're not going to be having a meal following the service. Their speaker will be still Steve Harmon. And Duncan's Creek Church will be having their memorial service on June 5th. And there will be a picnic lunch to follow. And so far, I believe that's the only announcements I have. It's just quiet and calm over this way, looking for a good day, and I hope you'll have one, Todd.
All right, Sue, thanks so much. Have a great day. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Sue Price with that report from the Sunshine Cherry Mountain Fire District. And I ran into a friend of mine yesterday, and he was like, I saw you on chat this morning. Well, I saw you on the live stream, and I sent a message through chat, but you didn't see it, I don't think. And, yeah, the way we've got our system set up here, having to run everything through the streaming computer, which is right here, that covers chat. So, with that being said, Theo, good morning. How are you, sir? Hope everything's fine for you out in Golden Valley. And good luck today on the primary. Of course, Theo running for sheriff along with Aaron Ellenberg. So just ran into him yesterday. He was like, I said hi to you. I just didn't see it. Didn't get across to it. Anyway, that's for the folks out in Golden Valley, especially Theo. Good morning, sir. Going next to the drop-in this morning, if we can get them. Nope, nothing there. So, well, you know what? We'll just say good things about them. You can call over for the drop-in this morning. I know they got breakfast going on over there. It's a busy time for them this morning. 245-9053 is the number. And always, Jessica back there in the grill back there, she always makes great meals. You can get omelets. You can get, one of my favorites is the omelet with ham and cheese and onions. You can get one of those, or you can get like a liver mush, egg, and cheese on toast, or you can get a liver mush, egg, and cheese on a biscuit. You can get gravy biscuits, just all kind of good stuff back there in the deli. Call over there and get you a to-go order this morning. They also serve lunch over there. They're featuring the Major Lee's chicken, potato wedges, pizza, beef dogs, and boy, let me tell you, that's some good stuff right there. They have a beautiful produce department, grapes, apples, all the good stuff, steak, pork chops, roast. My favorite is the filet mignon, and you can get all that back in the meat market back there. Sammy's back in the meat market, cutting meat back there. Like I said, call in your order and have it ready. If you need some help getting all your groceries out to the side, it can even help you take your groceries out to the car for you. Personal service like nobody else over at the drop-in in Boston. So I want you to go by there, tell all the folks over there that WCAB was saying all these wonderful things about them, and go in there and check it out, and you'll understand what we're talking about when we say that you need to go by the drop-in and check out what they've got in store over there. You can also talk with Audrey Allman. She's the manager over there. You'll see her up front a lot of times running around, and just tell her hello. Drop-in food stores, formerly Sammy's on the Boston Sunshine Highway, right across from the post office, kind of catty corner out from it there. That's where you'll find all the great deals that we're talking about this morning right here live. Drop-in, Boston Sunshine Highway. Check it out.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm Andrew Tisdale, your local Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we focus what's important to you. We create a personalized strategy backed by our advice, our tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we partner together to help your strategy stay on track no matter what happens. Contact me at any time at 828-287-9400 9197. We'll sit down, talk, and we're going to make a strategy that's right for you.
Thank you, Andrew. And we will have Andrew Tisdale live in the studio this morning a little bit after 8 o'clock, telling us all about the latest in the financial markets and how you may or may not need to invest your money. Always good advice from Andrew Tisdale. He'll be in a little after 8 o'clock this morning to talk with us here live on the radio. But right now, we're going to go to the Shingle Hollow Fire District, and as Tracy said, Tina the ballerina. Tina?
I don't think I've ever been called Tina the ballerina.
Yeah, well, you know, if anybody called me a ballerina, they'd be lying you, because I have never tiptoed in my life or danced either. So, yeah, that's that.
Well, I have tiptoed, and I probably tried as a child to do some twists and twirls, but it's been a long time.
I jumped off the house one time when I was a kid. I thought that was a good idea.
Yeah. That was not a good idea, was it?
Well,
was it fun?
Oh, it was fun. I landed on I don't know, I think it was a hay bale I had set up thinking that was going to help. It didn't. I remember one time I was at my grandmother's, and my grandma had the biggest umbrella that I had ever seen in my life. I think a small clan of, you know, I think a small family could get up under that umbrella. It was so big. It was almost the size of like a patio umbrella. Yeah.
Oh.
It was huge. So, you know, me being a kid, me watching Mary Poppins, I decided that I was going to jump off her back deck with that umbrella. And for, I don't know, 1/10 of a 100th of a second, I thought it pulled against me and was going to work until it folded straight up and I hit the ground and rolled around in the backyard and crying. And Grandma came out there and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I jumped off the back of the deck with the umbrella." She said, "Didn't work, did it?" And I said, "Nope, sure didn't."
Well, probably don't have to wonder anymore about what happened.
Yeah, so
all that. You probably bumped your head a couple times.
For anybody out there that thinks maybe that you can fly like Mary Poppins with an umbrella, nope, you sure can't. Not going to happen.
Well, you've reminded me of a memory I have. My great-aunt Dot lived in Kaiser, and she had a little building outside of her house. It was not, I don't know the height, probably 10 foot, maybe a little bit higher, taller than that. And then she had the old fuel tanks, that's on the legs that stands, was beside that.
Oh, yeah.
And then we had a bunch of leaves piled up, and there was 4 or 5 of me and my cousins would climb up on top of that building, then onto the tank, and then jump down into the leaves. So we had fun doing that, but it was not like jumping off a deck with an umbrella. But I'm sure there's lots of, I can remember there was a little fella came over to visit Jeremiah. I guess they were around 5 or 6 years old, kindergarten, first grade, and little boy, his name was Bryson, and he got up on top of the top bunk, and he said, "I'm Superman," and I saw him jumping down, and I thought, oh no, there's going to be an injury, but he was fine.
I had always wanted to, I always watched on television how these guys would jump out the top of a barn onto a big pile of hay. And I always wanted to do that. And a friend of mine's uncle built a barn out in a field where he gathered his hay. And I told him one day, I said, "Man, I want you to pile me up a big pile of hay out there so I can jump out of the top of the barn in it." So it was about 3 or 4, it may have been a week later, I came back down here and he said, "Todd, I got you hay ready." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Oh, yeah." So I went out there, man, and I sailed out the top of that thing, and it was just as fun as I thought it would be. That was
That's
fun.
a good friend.
He's like, "I got you hay ready."
Well, up here in Shingle Hollow this morning, we don't have hay ready here at my house. Somebody might have somewhere around here. I hope that kids do get to do that and jump in the hay and have fun instead of just sitting inside on their tablets. And Sunday, a couple kids, well, it was the preacher's daughter and a deacon's son, came home with Nevaeh from church, and they were outside playing. They played hard, and I thought, now that's what life's about when you're a kid, just playing, good friends and outside. like I said, today it's 55 degrees up here in Shingle Hollow, and it is beautiful. The sun's shining, and the rain missed us. We still didn't get rain up here. It was all around us, but we didn't get any. And the fire department was all quiet the past 24 hours. And a birthday on Pleasant Grove's calendar for Marshall Burgess. And White House Community Clubhouse asked me to remind about the community Bible tonight at 7 p.m. It's going on tonight, this week through Friday. Everyone's invited to attend to worship. And I want to say good morning to Johnny McCurry this morning. Called and asked if I could make an announcement about my home church over in Golden Valley having Memorial Sunday this Sunday. And I heard Sue announce it, so I won't re-announce it, but anybody who has family buried up at Golden Valley Church, their memorial service, they're going to have Jackson Smith, and I think that'll be a good day to meet with friends and family and remember our loved ones. And that's all I've got today.
All right, Tina, thanks so much for that. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Thank you, Todd.
Thanks.
Y'all be safe out there, and God bless you.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Tina White with that report from the Shingle Hollow Fire District, and we'll check in with Brenda Kelly after you hear this.
Nobody gets a better deal than the customers at Sisk Family Ford. They have a proven record of the best deals. Sisk Family Ford, Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealer, has recently been recognized as the #1 Ford dealer in customer satisfaction in the Southeast. That speaks well of their commitment to serve their customers well. Look for all the new design 2021 F-150 at Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealership. That's Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
Your car's best friend can be RS Speedy Lube Service Center. That's because RS Speedy Lube Service Center and Car Wash can keep your car or truck running clean with a regular oil change. They check the fluids and vacuum out the car and have you on your way in no time. Go next door for a radiator or transmission flush, brakes, exhaust, CV joints, and service for big trucks and campers also available. Pull next door to the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash and make your car happy with a clean all under and all over car wash. It's all at RS Service Center and Car Wash on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
So, Tracy, calm down. Calm down, Tracy. Tracy's going. She got laughing out there and got me tickled. Hello, this is WCAB calling. Are we reaching?
Yes.
Okay, now just making sure. Brenda Kelly, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you on this, let's see, terrific Tuesday?
Terrific, tumultuous Tuesday. That's
and it's such nice and cool, and it just feels so good.
Brenda, Butch Maltby said to pass along his greetings to you this morning. He's out here in the lobby this morning, so.
Tell him I said hello, and I hope that he has a good day today.
You know, Butch, it seems like Butch always has good days, except when he takes vitamins on an empty stomach, and he doesn't feel very well. He came in here a little puny yesterday, but he got over that.
Oh, okay. A little man let Big Dog out, and he's just having a fit out here. There's somebody coming up the driveway, apparently. But we hope everybody's having a good day today. I've got 50 degrees on the front porch. It's a little bit cool, but that's all right. We like it like that. I don't have but one birthday, and that's my nephew, Danny Carver. So, Danny, I hope you have a great old big day, and I love you much. And in ways of announcements, Macedonia Baptist Churches is in McDowell County is going to have homecoming May the 22nd, special music, meal to follow worship service, bring a well-filled picnic basket, and everyone welcome. And so far, that's all I got going on that I know of. So it's just short, sweet, and quiet.
Short and sweet and to the point this morning, ain't it?
Yeah, that's right. So we like it like that.
That's the way we like it. You don't have to mess around with it. Just get to it and be done.
That's it.
Well, Brenda, I hope you have a great day. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Okay. Have a good one. Catch you later.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Brenda Kelly with us this morning from the Union Mills Fire District. Don't forget, coming up at 9 o'clock this morning, 9:05, around that time, we've got My Great America with Jim and, wait, that ain't right, Jim and Butch, and I'll be in here. I guess it'll be Todd and Butch this morning, right? Butch and Todd. the Butch and Todd show, My Great America. Are we still going to call it My Great America, Butch? Okay, so it's still My Great America, even though I will be involved. Butch and me and Butch I'm going to sit in with Butch this morning in place of Jim, but he will be back next week. I think we're going to do that again Thursday, so look forward to that. It's always interesting to talk with Mr. Maltby this morning, so we'll do that at 9:05 this morning with My Great America.
Are you a homeowner and need extra cash to pay off debt, medical bills, education expenses? Or are you planning for retirement? Homeowners like us have most of our money tied up in our homes, but what good does it do if you can't access your money with a real-life checkbook? EasyKnock offers a new way of getting cash out of your home. They buy it from you. You stay in your home as a renter, and depending on your program, you can also buy it back at any time. If your credit score is not perfect, don't worry. EasyKnock can still help you get the cash you need. If your home is valued at $100,000 or more, take 5 minutes of your time to learn how to convert the equity in your home into cash. Give EasyKnock a call now.
EasyKnock is not a lender. Its products are not available in all markets. Terms and conditions apply.
800-255-6485. 800-255-6485. 800-255-6485. That's 800-255-6485.
We're going next to the Ellenboro Fire District. With us this morning is Luther Gillick. And Luther, good morning, sir. How are you?
Hey, we're doing great there. Drinking coffee, watching the sun come up.
Man, it sounds like you got it made down there in Ellenboro.
Oh, got it made. Fixing to get through breakfast and go vote.
That's right. That's right. Do go out and vote today.
Yeah, but everybody needs to go vote. Don't care how to vote, you just need to vote. Voice their opinion.
That's right. Just vote.
But it's quiet there this morning. Not a whole lot going on. City Fire Department only had 2 calls yesterday. Went over to CS number 7 was possible structure for it, but it got canceled before it got there. Didn't have one lifting assistant last night. Went down and helped medical service lift for them. And other than that, they've been quiet. Nothing going on then. But Havens will have something going on there at 6:30 tonight over at Race Pass Church. Going to be having a revival down there. It'll be tomorrow night, and that'll be the end of it. So everyone's invited. Just come on down. Ronald Roberts from Louis Dobbins Church is going to be speaker down there, and going to have special music. So come on out and enjoy it. And nothing else going on down here. You have a great day up there. We'll talk to you next time.
All right, Luther. We'll see you then. Thanks so much.
All right, take care now.
Bye-bye. Luther Gillikin with that report from the Ellenboro Fire District. That wraps up our call-around report for this Tuesday morning. If you're celebrating a birthday or anniversary, you can give me a call at 287-3356, and Tracy will be glad to take those birthdays down for you, and we'll have a birthday party in your honor coming up in just a few moments right here live this morning.
That's really something to crow about. It's the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's in Spindale. Get yours today. While they're fresh, they're good, they're delicious. It's Daylight Donuts. It's something to crow about.
Happy birthday. I'd like to say happy birthday to Jerry Cothran today. Also, David and Angie Allen, anniversary from Chase. Happy birthday. Happy anniversary to those fine folks this morning. Hope you have many, many more. Coming up after 8 o'clock this morning, we got Andrew Tisdale. He'll be live in the studio talking about all the finance things going on in and around America this morning, all around right here in our state, our county, city, whatever. Andrew Tisdale will cover that for you this morning. know what's the temperature. He minds his little post out there, and he just does a great job relaying the information to us. Sometimes he fell off one morning. I didn't know what I was going to do with him, but we found him. Andrew Tisdale, good morning.
Hey, Todd. Can you hear me?
Microphone.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Andrew, what do you have for us this morning?
Well, as we know, we've been watching the market here the past little while, and we know we can't control the day-by-day market, but there's certain things in finances we can control, and here's one we want to talk about today. Now, this is for people across the spectrum, those who are trying to build wealth, those who are living off the wealth, and those who are trying to preserve the wealth. One of the biggest tools you can do to meet your goals is the B word, budgeting.
Budget.
Yep. It don't just have 4 letters. It has more. So budgeting. Budgeting is a very strong tool for your finances. One, it's going to give you feelings of control. You're going to know where your money's going, and you're going to know that you're in control of it. It's also going to help you identify priorities. Where does most of your money go to? And is it the priority that you thought that you had? It's also going to help you save for emergencies or in times where the market doesn't cooperate with you and your goals at that moment. And it's going to help you pay down debt. Paying down debt gives you more control of your money, and it's not someone else's. During this time frame of the market losses that we're experiencing, take time to sit down and look at your priorities and look at your budgeting. And also, I want to encourage everyone again, if you're nervous about what's going on, take a look at what your portfolio has done in the worst case scenarios. What happened to it in 1973? What happened to it in 2008? What happened to it in 1930? We have programs that you can sit down and look at it and say, okay, what ifs? And the only thing we can go back by is history, and those were the worst case scenarios. And see if your portfolio held up.
I saw a news story yesterday where a YouTuber bought $3 million worth of cryptocurrency. The next day it was worth $1,000. Crypto market apparently crashed at some point last couple of days, so that's bad news right there.
That's one of those where I think maybe we ought to invest in Kleenex because it sounds like there's a lot of Kleenex that needs to be bought after
that's
that.
Right.
Yeah.
Kleenex, yeah, that's a good idea. And hook me up with Kleenex Corporation. Let me know some stock options.
I got you. I think they pay good dividends, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Andrew Tisdale, always great advice this morning. Always a pleasure to talk to you, even though it's usually not from this side of the microphone. I usually get to talk to you in the lobby.
I know. I always try to get here early to talk to you.
That's right. And you were just right on time today, so.
I knew you was going to be here.
That's right. Good for you. Andrew, thanks so much for dropping by, and we'll catch you again next week.
See you, Todd.
I'm District Attorney Ted Bell, and I'm asking for your vote for re-election in the Republican primary on May 17th. One of the areas we particularly focus on is child sexual predators, and we have sent these monsters to prison for the longest sentences in the history of our district. State v. Bartley, 100 years in prison. State v. Connor, 103 years in prison. And in State v. Herron, I sent Mr. Herron to prison for 175 years. As district attorney, I do everything I can to fight crime and protect our children, and I'm extremely honored and humbled to have been unanimously endorsed by the chief of every Rutherford and McDowell County law enforcement agency. Please go to tedbellforda.com for more information about me, and please vote for me, Ted Bell, for re-election as district attorney in the Republican primary on May 17th. Thank you. Paid for by the committee to elect Ted Bell.
If you haven't stopped into Different Times Mercantile, you're missing out. They've got a store full of gorgeous antiques, collectibles, framed art and pictures, dishware, home decor, brand new designer tops, jeans, and shoes for junior and adult ladies. Great gift ideas for graduation, birthdays, or just a little gift for yourself. Check them out today. That's Different Times Mercantile on Main Street in Rutherford.
Let me introduce you to Brock Family Care, a direct primary care practice that takes care of the patients and not the insurance company. Providing flat rate pricing and not accepting any forms of health insurance allows for more personalized and affordable health care. Ann Brock has over 42 years of health care experience and 22 years as a nurse practitioner. She and her staff are dedicated to providing health care that is patient-centered and not insurance company dictated. They give the patient the time and the attention they need. What are your medical needs? Bring Bring them to Brock Family Care and see the difference. And also offers telehealth appointments. The professional staff are dedicated and will take the time to find out how they can help you. To learn more about this wonderful medical service, go to the website at www.brockfamilycare.com. That's Brock Family Care, 289 Shallow Road, Forest City.
Folks, stop by Tony's Produce today for delicious vegetable and fruits. And these are all local. Strawberries are $15 a gallon. You can get some good old cantaloupes, some good watermelon, spring onions, half runners, okra, squash, zucchini, corn, milk and eggs, jams and jellies, apples, and so much more. And just then, they've got a shipment of large ferns and hanging baskets. Tony's is fully stocked and ready to serve you. Fast and friendly hometown service. You can find them on Facebook. That's Tony's Produce, 773 North Washington Street in Rutherford. You can call them at 287-9495. Shop local and always support our small businesses. Got some news from around the area that you might be interested in this morning. Former Spartanburg County deputy charged with defrauding the Sheriff's Department. The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, SLED, charged a former Spartanburg County Sheriff's Office deputy with defrauding the Sheriff's Office. SLED charged 30-year-old William Arthur Reynolds of Abbeville with obtaining signature or property by false pretenses. The arrest warrant states that Reynolds received over $2,000 but fewer than $10,000 through compensation for military leave between September of 2021 and February of 2022, despite never having attended military training or reporting for his assigned duties at the Spartanburg County Detention Center on those days. SLED investigated at the request of the Sheriff's Office, and Reynolds was booked into the Spartanburg County Detention Center on May 16th. The case will be prosecuted by the South Carolina Attorney General's Office. So, you know, you shouldn't be doing stuff like that. If I don't know, to me that just bugs me when people go out of their way to defraud, get free money, and then, you know, they're supposed to be training for the military. They're doing nothing but sitting home and not working their job at the detention center like they should be. That just I don't know, that just kind of irks me the wrong way. If you're able to get out and work the way I see it. And you know, it's just sad that happens. And there's a lot of job openings in and around our county. So I mean, if you need a job, you don't have far to go. You could almost stand on the corner and throw a rock and hit a business that's hiring. But, you know, that's just the way it is. A family logging business is forced to close nearly after 40 years due to inflation and gas prices. This is coming from Onslow County, Jacksonville, North Carolina. A logging company that served eastern North Carolina for nearly 4 decades is now shutting its doors, unable to keep up with the inflation and gas prices. Bobby Goodson said with diesel prices nearly tripling in the past 2 years, inflation of other products and truck shortages, he just didn't see any way to hold on to the business, the only career he has ever considered. He said, I started in the logging business when I was 11 years old in the summer with my dad. He knew I wanted to cut trees, and I knew I wanted to log. After 37 years of running Goodson's all-terrain logging, Bobby hung up his chainsaw. With rising inflation and fuel prices more than doubling last month, Bobby said he had no choice but to shut down. When you've got a fleet of trucks, you're probably running 800 miles a day. A truck is going to get 5 miles to the gallon. That fuel increase kills you, and so I didn't see any way yet. He said he fought to hold on to the business for the past 2 years, but with truck shortages and nearly every piece of operating equipment costing more, the future for loggers doesn't seem feasible. In the United States, the logging industry is a $300 billion industry, and we loggers are the ones where it starts. That's the grassroots. We're at the bottom of the totem pole, Bobby said. And when people start failing, there's a whole lot of people that are going to start feeling the pain. Since he announced the shutdown of the business, Bobby said dozens of loggers throughout the country have reached out to him over email and phone and said prices forced them out of their businesses too. A community of workers is left with nothing but the question of what comes next. If something drastic doesn't happen, there's going to be a severe logger shortage, Bobby explained. He said loggers have been trying to band together now and call for the change he hopes now will be the tipping point, and that they can make the change happen. And I do agree there's something got to be done about these fuel prices. Just keep going up, no end in sight. It doesn't seem like. And that hurts not only the logging industry, but, you know, the consumers as well. because you're having to choose between putting gas in your car and food on the table. Of course, you're going to choose to feed your family and your kids and pay the rent. So you have to make changes where you really shouldn't have to make changes, I don't think. But that's neither here nor there. That's just my opinion of this. Just the opinion of this big guy sitting behind the radio this morning. We'll be back with more news right after this.
Madison Cawthorn's behavior and service to Western Carolina is unacceptable. We deserve better. And Chuck Edwards, he's a career politician looking for a promotion. In Raleigh, Edwards betrayed us by suspending our voter ID amendment. Chuck put his politics before people. We just can't trust Chuck Edwards. The clear choice? Bruce O'Connell for Congress. An outsider not beholden to special interests. A successful small business owner who's employed hundreds. A fighter. Bruce stood up to Obama-Biden's massive government overreach and won. The result? Hundreds of businesses opened across our nation. Bruce O'Connell protects our mountain values because it's the right thing to do. Bruce will fight for term limits and donate his congressional salary. Bruce O'Connell, our values, our conservative. Vote Bruce O'Connell for Congress.
I'm Bruce O'Connell, and I approve this message paid for by Bruce O'Connell for Congress.
This is Steve Owens, your clerk of Superior Court. I'm a graduate of RS Central High School and Isothermal Community College. I have 24 years of continued service in the North Carolina judicial system. I have served as your elected clerk of Superior Court since 2014. As the current clerk of Superior Court, one of my many duties is to serve as judge of probate. I have presided over 1,500 hearings, and not even one case on appeal has ever been overturned by a higher court. When I first took over, the audit score was 72% with numerous violations. Now, our latest audit, our county is tied for first place with a score of 100%. I have fulfilled my campaign promises to run the clerk's office as a business and to treat everyone with respect and courtesy. My wife, Gina, and I have been active members of Cornerstone Fellowship Church since 1998. I will continue to be a clerk you can talk to and depend on. After re-election, I will continue to make our county and citizens proud by following the laws and statutes of our state. I ask for your prayers and support.
Vote to re-elect Steve H. Owens, Republican, for Clerk of Court on May the 17th, paid for by the committee to re-elect Steve H. Owens.
Local news story out of Polk County. This summer, breathtaking views will once again draw people to Big Bradley Falls over in Polk County. The nearly 100-foot falls aren't easily accessible. The waterfall is on a remote tract of land managed by the North Carolina Wildlife Resources. For decades, agencies have grappled with hikers who would take deadly risk to get a peek from a lookout. That was just alleged. Since 2008, people have died there. Gary Gardner, a North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission engineer, said absolutely something needed to be done about the deaths. We'll probably end up spending just under $100,000 on safety improvements at Big Bradley. The safety changes were a long time coming. They include a new lookout area that will have a 3-foot-tall perimeter barrier. Wall stone steps will go down to the site. That will eliminate a lot of the hazards that went there before with tripping hazards and that type of thing, Gardner said. Wildlife Commission will close Big Bradley Falls until further notice. Before the steps are added, hikers traverse through rough terrain to get to alleged overlooked falls, Gardner said. That's where hikers lost their balance and fell. That's where a new platform is going in. Gardner planned to brief Polk County commissioners last night about the progress of the falls and show them photos of work underway. We're really, really happy to see the steps being made that make a safer place for people to go. Polk County Emergency Management Bobby Aldridge said the falls have never been and never will be an official state tourist public site, but state wildlife officials knew people were going but could do nothing to stop them. Closing is the easy option, Gardner said, but it wasn't really viable because lots of people want to see that. While 8 people have died over 2 decades, it wasn't until a man fell to his death in 2019 that Polk County leaders and emergency officials began speaking publicly and demanding North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission take action. So that's a good move, I think, over that way. I'd love to go out there and see that myself. I don't know if I could make the walk, but hey, we would try it anyway. Time now for the Sheriff's Report. It was recorded earlier for broadcast at this time, and with that report is Sheriff Chris Francis.
In the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 153 calls for service. There's 18 arrested and processed in county jail. Currently incarcerated, we have 178. Those arrested by the Sheriff's Office: Stephen Paul Wooten, 27-year-old male of Rutherford, was charged with failure to appear and received a $500 Deshaun Etcherton, 29-year-old male of Rutherford, was charged with failure to appear and received a $500 secure bond. Dwight Lee Cowrie, 67-year-old male of Boston, was charged with failure to appear and also received a $500 bond. Jerry Nathaniel Alexson, 40-year-old male of Ellenboro, was charged with failure to appear and received a $500 bond. Jahan Danita Bristol, 25-year-old male of Ellenboro, was charged with failure to appear and received a $500 bond. Kenneth Scott Merck, a 49-year-old male of Ellenboro, was charged with 3 counts of failure to appear and received $500 secure bond. Jacob Kane Robbins, 20-year-old male of Mooresboro, was charged on a true bill for assault with a deadly weapon, inflicting serious injury, aiding and abetting that crime, and received a $200,000 secure bond. Ruben Carlitos Mauricio Lopez Jr., 22-year-old male, was charged with trafficking cocaine, and received a $100,000 secure bond. Billy Joe Irvin, 62-year-old male of Forest City, was charged with breaking and entering trespassing, received a custody release. Curly Jim Dyer, 41-year-old male of Forest City, was charged with 2 counts of habitual felon, received a $20,000 unsecured bond. Maria Ann Whitesides, 38-year-old female of Rutherford, charged with 3 counts of failure to appear, received a $7,000 secure bond. Nathaniel Terrell Whitesides, 37-year-old male of Rutherford, charged with failure to appear, and received a $500 unsecured bond. Shaylin Renee Lauder, 39-year-old female of Boston, was charged with 2 counts of failure to appear, received a $10,000 secure bond. Among our incidents, we had a B&E to a church, Race Path Church Road. It was Race Path Church there in Mooresboro. Looks like someone broke in and tried to steal a speaker, had moved it close, but was not able to take it. Also seized was a screwdriver, and unsure if there's any other items missing at this time. We had a larceny on Chase High Road, Chase Corner Ministries. There was 2 lanterns paid at $10 that were taken. And we had a breaking in and trespass on Hudlow Road, Forest City, where Billy Joe Irvin was taken into custody and arrested there. And that's what we have today, Todd.
Like we was talking with the sheriff earlier, we do like for you to go download the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office app. It's a free app. You can get that on Google Play or Andrew, the Google Play or the iPhone store, whatever that's called, Apple Store maybe. I don't know. I don't deal with Apple phones that much. That's a great resource for all the information that goes on in the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office. They have up-to-date news, wanted, send you weather alerts. You can look at jail information, news from the Sheriff's Department, look at the staff. All the phone calls or all the phone numbers are listed there. So that's a very useful app, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office app. It's available free. All you have to do is download it. Don't forget, coming up this evening, we do have election coverage. Today is election day here in North Carolina. Go out and vote in the May 17th primaries. They usually have that back in June, I think, but they moved it ahead, something like that. They got it kind of messed up, but yeah, anyway, that today is primary day. Vote for all the local offices here in Rutherford County. We will have election coverage tonight at 7:30. We'll be broadcasting all that live on our YouTube page, so you can join in, look out into the lobby here. We're going to have a camera set up. Jim, Tracy, Lou, I believe Kevin, Cameron, all the crew are going to be here broadcasting live this evening with all the election results as they are made available to us. And all those services will be provided by Rafael Pagan. He's going to bring along a laptop this evening and a camera and some equipment, and we're going to make it just the best broadcast we possibly can. Coming up tomorrow, I've got an interview at 8:05 with Scott Lawrence. He's with the Kiwanis of Rutherford, and he'll be talking about an auction coming up here in the near future. So we're going to get the information from Scott Lawrence tomorrow at 8:05. Atlanta Braves baseball will be back in action tomorrow afternoon. Milwaukee versus the Braves tomorrow afternoon, 11:55 airtime for that. That'll be right here, WCAB FM 100.9, AM 590 in Rutherfordton.
WCAB Sports. Good morning. I'm Tony Rixby. The schedule for the Carolina Hurricane Series against the New York Rangers has been announced. The best of 7 Eastern Conference semifinal series begins Wednesday evening at PNC Arena in Raleigh. This is the second time in 3 years the Canes and Rangers have met in the playoffs. The Canes swept a best of 5 series during the pandemic summer of 2020. For Canes defenseman Tony DeAngelo, it'll be a meeting with his former team, which is sure to be a hostile reaction in Madison Square Garden.
I could care less. It doesn't matter who boos me. Some people say it's a compliment. I don't. Doesn't matter. They want to boo me. Be my guest. What are you booing? Booing a person skating up the ice. I could care less.
There'll also be a Sunday afternoon matinee in Game 4, also at Madison Square Garden. Freddie Peralta pitches 7 innings of 2-hit ball as the Brewers blank the Braves 1-0. We get that story from Chuck Freeman.
3 Brewers pitchers combined to strike out 16 in a 1-0 win over the Braves, led by starter Freddie Peralta, who struck out 10 over 7 innings. Relievers Devin Williams and Josh Hader closed out the final 2 innings, each striking out the side. The 3 combined to give up just 2 Braves hits. The Brewers' bullpen continues to be dominant. Right fielder Hunter Renfroe says good things will happen if that keeps up.
Every time they get on the mound, we got a chance to win. That's kind of one of those deals where they're going to shut it down for us. And if we just get them a few runs and play good defense, we're going to win a lot of ball games.
Renfroe scored the game's only run in the 6th after his 1-out double. He scored on a 2-out wild pitch by Braves starter Ian Anderson. Anderson allowed just 4 hits in his 6 innings, and he took the loss. Chuck Freeman, Milwaukee.
Luis Severino allowed 1 hit in 6 innings. Jose Trevino hit a 3-run homer in the 4th, lifting the surging Yankees to a 6-2 win over the Baltimore Orioles. Royals firing their hitting coach Terry Bradshaw, replacing him with Alex Zumwalt. You're listening to NCN Sports.
If the power goes out for your business, are you prepared with a backup? Without electricity, security systems go down, refrigerated items spoil, and customers are turned away. In other words, your business loses money. Control your power. Control your business with a Generac automatic standby generator. All Power is North Carolina's Generac generator experts. In fact, all Alternative Power does is provide backup power. Financing options are available. See more at alternativepower.com.
Do you find yourself considering a home generator when a storm is approaching? It's better to prepare now. A Generac automatic standby generator from Alternative Power guards the home against blackouts. Call unsatisfied customers. Act now for a free 10-year warranty on a Generac automatic standby generator from Alternative Power. Terms and conditions apply. Financing options are available. Alternative Power, North Carolina's Generac experts. See more at alternativepower.com.
Steph Curry is now a college graduate. The 34-year-old basketball star earned his Bachelor of Arts in Sociology degree from Davidson College. The Golden State Warriors player originally attended Davidson from 2006 to 2009. He received his diploma 13 years after he first entered the NBA. He celebrated the achievement with a series of photos on social media, calling the degree a dream come true.
Wardell Stephen Curry II. In absentia.
In NBA playoff action coming up this evening, Boston will be at Miami. 8:30 will be the game time on that one. A couple of hockey playoff games tonight as well. Tampa Bay at Florida, 7 o'clock is the game time. And the St. Louis Blues in Denver to take on the Colorado Avalanche at 9:30. Tony Wards.
This is Judge Ellen Shelley reminding you to vote in the Republican primary on May 17th. For the last 3 years, I've served as your district court judge in McDowell and Rutherford counties. I am committed to applying the law as written, respect for the parties who appear before me, and a fair, impartial, and efficient judicial system. I believe in conservative values on and off the bench. To learn more about me, visit judgeellenshelley.com. Vote ethics, vote experience, vote Ellen Shelley for judge. Paid for by Ellen Shelley for judge.
Patrick McHenry is a Trump agenda conservative we can trust. The official record shows that Patrick McHenry had the most pro-Trump voting record among all North Carolina members of Congress. That's right. Patrick McHenry is the most pro-Trump agenda congressman in North Carolina. The record shows that Patrick McHenry worked with President Trump to build the wall, to stop illegal immigration, and to maintain law and order at our southern border. Patrick McHenry voted with President Trump to crack down on China, protecting American jobs and intellectual property. Patrick McHenry, North Carolina's champion of the Trump conservative agenda, endorsed by National Right to Life, endorsed by the NRA. On Tuesday, May 17th, vote for Donald Trump's conservative agenda. Vote Patrick McHenry for Congress.
I'm Patrick McHenry, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by McHenry for Congress.
Fellow citizens, Patsy Curlin is the candidate for Clerk of Court. Patsy is a Christian conservative on the Republican ticket. She has over 8 years in the clerk's office and was the assistant clerk until she resigned only to run for the position of the Clerk of Court. With her knowledge of the entire operation and her dedication, Patsy felt a deep emotion to run so that necessary changes can be made to satisfy the needs of every citizen, including the civil and criminal court system. Patsy's detailed plans for improving the clerk's office are available on Facebook. A credit to Patsy's compassion for people and her work is shown by the endorsement of 7 retired co-workers. We are asking for your vote so this get-her-done and highly spirited candidate can hit the ground running. Vote Patsy Curlin for Clerk of Court. This announcement written and paid for by Ken and Kathy Staggs.
Smith Drugs of Forest City, we are continuing to offer the COVID-19 rapid testing and the COVID-19 vaccinations. Please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591 with any questions or concerns that you may have. You may also visit our website at smithsdrugsfc.com and schedule your COVID rapid 19 test or your vaccination. Again, if you have any questions, please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591.
Smith Drugs of Forest City is offering the flu vaccines. You can walk in Monday through Friday or by appointment only on Saturdays. The Dream Station and System 1 CPAP customers, if you need assistance registering your recall devices, you can call the Home Medical Department at 245-4591. And Smith Drugs has a large selection of in-stock mastectomy bras, now half price. So come by our Home Equipment Department on West Main Street in Forest City. Smith Drugs, 245-4591. Sign-up forms are now available for the Meet Me at the Fountain 5K race to be held on Saturday, July the 23rd. Go to smithsdrugsfc.com.
You know, there is a lot of misleading information about Medicaid eligibility. The Arledge Law Firm would like for you to know the truth. For instance, if you need a nursing home, Medicaid will take your home. That's not true. Another one is, if you transfer assets, you have to wait 60 months to qualify. Again, not true. And this big one, if you're already in a nursing home, it's too late to protect your assets. Not true, not true, not true. Call attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Kent Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm and get free consultation and learn the truth. It's more likely than you think that you may qualify for nursing home care and not lose everything you own. It's worth a call to Arledge Law Firm at 287-3338, located on East Court Street in Rutherford.
And we're shaping up right here in the western North Carolina foothills of a beautiful day. Sunny, highs around 83 degrees expected for today. A little bit of wind's going to be blowing about 5 miles per hour, gusting to 10 miles per hour. And looks like it's just absolutely going to be a beautiful day. Maybe keep the breeze blowing just a little bit. Mostly clear overnight tonight. Lows around 61 degrees. For tomorrow, mostly sunny. Highs around 88. Going to be a little warmer tomorrow. Still going to have the winds blowing about 6 miles per hour. There'll be a little bit better gust tomorrow, 14 miles per hour. Mostly clear overnight on Wednesday. Lows around 66. Looking ahead to Thursday, mostly sunny, highs around 92. So that's temperature's going to be creeping up on toward the weekend, like Gary Wilson was saying earlier. Looks like the humidity set in, but yeah, that's just what we're going to be dealing with throughout North Carolina today. We've got a high pollen alert for today. The pollen levels for Tuesday will remain relatively stable in the high range. The pollen-producing plants are delivering a fairly constant level of pollen into the air. That includes the hickory pecan trees, the grass, and the birch trees. So it's a high pollen alert for us right here in Rutherford County. Well, good news for the Haywood County Sheriff's Office. They are getting body cameras on Monday, May the 16th. Haywood County Commissioners unanimously approved the purchase of body, vehicle, and interview room cameras for the Haywood County Sheriff's Office. Chief Deputy Jeff Haynes said the agency, who has had dash cams for a while on many of its marked cars, now the purchase of an additional 8 dash cams will complete the outfitting of the marked vehicles. The purchase of the interview room cameras is nothing new. It's just upgrading to better technology. The body cameras are the new piece, something the HSCO leadership has wanted for some time. Commissioners were vocal on Monday about their support for the move, and there's something that protects law enforcement. It protects the person that's being arrested. It reduces time spent in the court. County Commissioner J.W. Kirkpatrick II said it's very important to have this. I'm glad we're doing this as a sheriff's department. Haynes said the body cams will enhance transparency and ensure accountability. We want to make sure that we're preserving evidence in the most transparent way for court purposes, for the cause of the victim, and for the suspect as well, too. It's our responsibility to prove someone innocent as much as it is to prove them guilty. We want to make sure that our deputies are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing, Haynes said. In western North Carolina, many sheriff's offices like those in Buncombe, Henderson, and Madison counties already have body cameras. Even some municipal police departments like in Canton and Asheville have them. It's a different story in some of the more rural counties in the region, like McDowell County, where the sheriff's office said it does not have body cams yet. Haynes said funding is the reason Haywood County Sheriff's Office is just now getting the cameras. We've pursued this many times throughout the last several years, but due to budgetary issues and so forth, it's just become a bit of a challenge, Haynes said. The cameras are not cheap. HCSO is buying 64 body cams, and the cost of each device plus data storage is about $2,940, according to county documents. The total price tag for the body, dash, and interview room cameras is $275,353.50. American Rescue Plan Act funds are making this long-time wish for the Haywood County Sheriff's Office a reality. At the end of the day, it just seems to be that's one piece missing within the Criminal Justice Commission. Nationwide, many agencies are coming on board with doing this, and it's simply our time to do the same, Haynes said, thanking commissioners for their support. So good news there for the Haywood County Sheriff's Office getting body cams for their officers up there. Don't forget, coming up after 9 o'clock this morning, 9:05, we're going to have the Jim and Todd, My Great America, this morning. We'll see how that goes. It's not the first time I've sat in with Butch, but it is definitely a new experience for me. I talked to Butch a lot out in the lobby there, so maybe we can just carry over some of our conversations to the Blue Room, and we'll see how that goes this morning. This is National Law Enforcement Week this week. I've got a little something I'd like to play from Paul Harvey right here. I hope you enjoy this morning. Paul Harvey, what is a policeman?
Policeman. A policeman is a composite of what all men are, I guess, a mingling of saint and sinner, dust and deity. Called statistics, wave the fan over stinkers, underscore instances of dishonesty and brutality because they are news. What that really means is that they are exceptional, they are unusual, they are not commonplace. Buried under the froth is the fact. And the fact is that less than 0.5% of policemen misfit that uniform. And that is a better average than you'd find among clergymen. What is a policeman? He of all men is at once the most needed and the most wanted. A strangely nameless creature who is sir to his face and pig or worse behind his back. He must be such a diplomat that he can settle differences between individuals so that each will think he won, but if a policeman is neat, he's conceited. If he's careless, he's a bum. If he's pleasant, he's a flirt. If he's not, he's a grouch. He must make instant decisions which would require months for a lawyer, but if he hurries, he's careless. If he's deliberate, he's lazy. He must be first to an accident, infallible with a diagnosis. He must be able to start breathing, stop bleeding, tie splints, and above all, be sure the victim goes home without a limp or expect to be sued. The police officer must know every gun, draw on the run, and hit where it doesn't hurt. He must be able to whip two men twice his size and half his age without damaging his uniform and without being brutal. If you hit him, he's a coward. If he hits you, he's a bully. A policeman must know everything and not tell. He must know where all of the sin is and not partake. The policeman from a single human hair must be able to describe the crime, the weapon, the criminal, and tell you where the criminal is hiding, but if he catches the criminal, he's lucky. If he doesn't, he's a dunce. If he gets promoted, he has political pull. If he doesn't, he's a dullard. The policeman must chase bum leads to a dead-end, stake out 10 nights to tag one witness who saw it happen but refuses to remember. He runs files and writes reports until his eyes ache to build a case against some felon who will get dealed out by a shameless Seamus or an honorable who isn't honorable. The policeman must be a minister, a social